Hello and welcome. I am going to do a little project and you're welcome to join me. It's been weird during quarantine and a lot of things have been going on. So I went out and I bought myself some new journals, just some small ones that I could just carry around in my purse. If it gets damaged, I'm not going to be too upset about it, unlike my other personal journals. Though at the same time, it's nice to have in case I am somewhere and I have a thought or I need to doodle or it's maybe taking a little bit longer because the processing nowadays, we need extra steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write 10 words, and they're going to just be random words. Like, let's start with moon. Let's go with a marigold flower. Teapot. Wind chime. Let's go with apple. Crystals. Triangle. Pillow. Skull. And one more. Let's go with leaf. Leaves. Yeah, let's go with leaf. Leaf. And then on this side, I'm going to write a couple of colors. So let's orange, blue, green, purple, yellow, red, and I feel like there's one more I'm missing. Probably not. I probably have all of them that I need for this project. Yeah. Let's throw in some pink. And if you want, you can have black, brown, or gray. I tend not to really have those colors unless I'm doing a specific project. And this is not one of those projects. So I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to put them in my jar. I typically will just keep adding on, so for the next projects, I will just keep adding on to the buckets. I like to reuse them. Do that for later. Moon, marigold, teapot, wind chime, apple, crystal, triangle, pillow, skull, leaf. Orange, blue, green, purple, yellow, red, and pink. In this cup, I'm going to put all the colors in here. Get them all shook up. And this one, I should probably fold them. Just fold them up, throw them in there. Shake them up. And we fold these also. Alright, so from the color one, I will draw one color, purple, which, I don't know if you can see that, purple, which is great because I have most of my purples already round up, so give me a second. Should be the majority of my purples, and they are just pens and pencils and some markers, Sharpies that I've had around my house. Not all everything, but just enough to get to where I'm going. I do have a little bit of a glitter paint, which I really like. It was on clearance at a certain craft store. That was fun. Okay, so next part is I will choose 3 of the random words. So if there are multiple people that are doing this, make sure that you have 3 per person and go from there. You can have extras. I keep adding on to it throughout the weeks, and it really helps me stay creative. So I have an apple, crystal, and marigold. So those are the 3 things I'm going to need to incorporate into my picture with using nothing but purple shades, which works out since my nails are purple, and this is now getting really festive. And I'm going to put all the rest of the ones that I had before when I was trying everything out for the later video later on this week. So there are repeats, but that's fine. So in my journal, my beautiful journal, and sorry for the sun, the glare, but it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm a little late to this. So, I always skip the first page. It is when I get to the end of my journal, or just the title page. I kind of keep the first page separate. And then on the back of the first page, I will usually sketch out what my ideas are, sketch out a bigger picture on this one, and then behind it, I will write some things that are going along with my days, and I might add some other sketches and ideas on this page. So typically, I will use about 2 pages worth of stuff for my journaling. But let's go with today. Today is Monday. September 7th. Okay. And I'm going to, oh goodness, it is very, very washed out. I am so sorry. Let me zoom in. Oh, no. Eh, technical troubles. Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll zoom in just a little bit more on this page. And again, sorry for the washing out. That is... we'll get to it. Alright. So now I'm going to... Let's see, I have crystals. Oh, if I can freaking spell. Good gracious. Crystal. I have marigold. And I have an apple. And the color is going to be purple. You can get crafty with it. This is like your own little personal journal. But since we have some time, I thought we might as well. Let's see if... Is this pen purple? It's purple. Yeah. So, purple pen. Gotta start working with this one. I had these packs of pens and I thought they were all black ink pens, but apparently I was wrong. They are colored, and that's exciting. Let me look up, we're gonna look up real quick what, I know what a crystal, apple, and a marigold look like, but for references, I would like to look it up. Let's see. So the crystals are going to start at this point and have a edge. And we're just gonna make it jamble, because not all crystals are gonna be fine tips. They've got some creases and some cracks in them. Just looking at the web page. And I want to have these weird little edges about them. Some shading going on, give it some differences. And again, this is just your sketch. It does not have to be a work of art. Just keep that in mind. It's a sketch. It's not going to be in a museum. You can be free. You can make some doodles and some designs, however you would like. And let's see, a marigold. Don't spend too much time. Don't spend too much time thinking about it. Just go with it. This kind of activity isn't to be thought provoking. In a way it is. I don't know. Just don't overthink it, guys. Don't overthink it. We are gonna swirl my marigolds. Probably not even gonna look like a marigold, which is fine. Ooh, this pen. You don't want to keep up with me, do you? No, you do not. goodness. So people have been telling me, oh, I don't know how to do this, and that just looks really cool, and I wish I could draw something like that. And I'm like, you can. And they're like, oh, no, no, no. And I just don't like hearing that. I just don't like hearing that. Ooh. That is something. That might be a marigold. I don't know. Ugh, goodness. What is a marigold leaf? I know what marigold leaf looks like. Color. Ah, it's so weird. So this has to be all in purple, and the marigolds are just so vibrant. I did not think this through. Oh my goodness. They're so vibrant and they're so yellowy and orange that it just is ridiculous that I thought that purple was a great color to choose. That is sort of a leaf. Okay. Let's do one more marigold before we do an apple, because an apple is an apple. How am I going to tie this all together? What colors did you guys choose? What words did you guys pick out? Yeah, I mean, that looks about right. Probably not the best, but we're not going for a gold medal here. We're not. We're sitting around with a cup of tea. If you haven't already, go make yourself a cup of tea. Go make yourself a snack. Sit down, either by yourself or with your family and friends, and we're just gonna doodle. We're just gonna doodle, and we're gonna giggle about the crazy things that we are gonna create. Oof, goodness gracious. I like doodling my ideas in pen. I feel like the fluidness of them gives me a bit of a extra boost, and I can get things down a little bit faster than I would a pencil. Some people really prefer pencils. Right now I'm having a difficulty finding a pencil in my art studio. I have a jar, and there should just be full of them. And I don't know. Nope, that pencil's not even sharpened. Good gracious. Rambles. Alright. I want to do a crystal apple that has like the prints of like marigolds in them, like just apple, marigold, something. I don't know. Let's look up what a crystal apple looks like. Oh, that's swanky. I kind of want one now. I didn't know they really looked like that. I mean, not all of them would look like that. Interesting. That would make sense. So I'm going to use this guy as my reference. It's like a little, I don't know if you can, some sort of like, okay. So I found this little crystal apple, and again, just draw. Draw like, for an apple, it's not going to be a perfect circle. It's got to be kind of squatty, and get some glints in there, and you really can't see right now just because of the glare in my art studio. And again, I do apologize. I am working on figuring out the lighting and everything that I absolutely would want it to look like. Some scratches, some doodling, some shading. Everything has a little bit of shadowing. And everything will have to be in freaking purple. Oh my goodness. And again, we're not striving for museum quality. Just don't. Just don't. This is expression. This is I've had a bad day. This is I fell down and I bumped my knee, or like earlier whenever I had made my Indian food and I was walking back here to my art studio and I dropped it. It almost was a terrible day. It fell the face up. So it just splattered on me, molten hot lava Indian food, which was great. I love it. But I still got to eat my Indian food, so that was a plus. I wasn't going to complain. But I feel like lately some of us are having a bad day, and some of us are having a bad week. And I know this year hasn't been the best year, but it is what it is. I'm not going to throw a fit. I can't really change it. I just need to work on myself. And right now, I am doodling a weird little thing. So, you really can't. I'm going to go outline it with the colorings that I want. And I will have that little piece of paper that I had earlier, and I'm going to use it as a test splotch for my colors before I put them on here. So I really like this watercolor pencil, and I'm going to go in here, and I am just going to fill in that apple coloring that I really, really want to have, because this has to be all on purples. And the great thing about these journals is that I can just write in them and doodle in them everything I'm feeling, and I don't have to feel like I have to really express it with anybody else until I am ready. And this is just so I can process my feelings and process what I'm going through, and bada bing, bada boom, then I'm able to have a coherent talk about it, which is fine. Which is if that what you need to do, then that's what you need to do, and we can work from there. Ooh, I don't even know how good this is gonna be, but that's fine with me. Got a little purple in there. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's see if I can. Yeah. I do have some new markers and some pins. Ooh, I like. I'm going to use another reference for the marigolds so I can get the shading off their little petals a little bit better. What have you guys been up to? I've just been chilling with my animals and in my art studio cleaning it out, which has been weird. Especially thinking like, oh, when did I buy this? Goodness gracious. The marigolds. I want those marigolds. I'm not going to use this pen quite yet. It's really dark, and I like to do the darker stuff last. So I want to find a color for my marigolds that I like before I get too far ahead of myself. I do have this purple that it is purple, and if it's not purple, then they shouldn't have named it grape purple. Well, and it's so dark, it's almost black. Oh yeah. This is the color for the marigolds. Marigolds are very unique in their smell and just the way that they look. I didn't like marigolds for the longest time until I got older. I'm just going to swirl this in here because they have that layering almost. Yeah, I didn't like marigolds until I was older, and now I just really like them. I really enjoy the smell. I really enjoy their coloring. I love their little textures. Just keep doodling. Yeah, so I am making texture by just taking a color and swirling the pattern, because marigolds have that swirl pattern to them. And I want to go in with a darker color and make the shadings. There are yellows, and there are oranges, and there are multicolor ones, and they're just really fun to have in your yard, especially for fall. Oh. Where is that? Since I am going to be using Sharpies, I always put a scrap piece of paper that I have, and I will put it behind it to where it will bleed on the out through the back of this page, but onto this paper and not necessarily onto the next. So it's nice and crisp for me to be able to do what I need to do. Speaking of, yeah, a little purpling in there. What type of challenges are you facing with your color choices? Are you trying to figure out why you chose the word penguin, maybe? Or trying to figure out how to make a orangutan green? Oh no, that sounds like something that I would do, which I should probably add that orangutan to my wheel of words. I think that would be kind of a cool thing to to do. And now I'm going to go in with this and darken it up a tiny bit. And again, it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All that matters is that we're having fun. And I kind of like to put how I'm feeling that day in these paintings and drawings. And sometimes we'll have the same type of prompt on a different day, and it'll just feel and look completely different. And that's okay. It's part of growth. It's part of expressing yourself and trying to figure out what you want to do. I like these gel pens, but I feel like sometimes they don't have the fluid motion like I want. So I will take a little bit of water and a paintbrush and I will just pull it across and give it the shading and the textures that I want. Because why the hey not? I'm gonna go in there, do another scribble. Get some shading in there. Really want to give it that apple feel because it's an apple. It's kind of a crystal apple. Maybe. I don't think I'm portraying the fact that it's a crystal apple very well. But whatever. Whatever. We're doing something here. And that's fine. This apple looks terrible, but that's fine. Probably gonna have this on fast forward. some of these little leaves. I'm not too sure how they look compared to an actual marigold leaf, but we're gonna find out. And you don't have to cover the whole page in purple. I am stubborn, and I think that's just exactly what I'm going to do. Ooh, look at that purple. Sometimes whenever I'm doing a study like this, I will go more in depth, especially if I'm doing a painting later of it. And I'll study more about marigolds and when they first were kind of introduced into maybe more of a mainstream market, or what they're used for and how to grow them and how long does it take for them to grow. And if you want to see that, I have a couple of videos in mind that I think I'm going to be uploading soon. I just didn't know how people would react to that. Maybe they'll like it, maybe not. I find it really cool to be able to go back and feel, oh man, how was I feeling during this time? What mindset was I in whenever I was painting these marigolds, or maybe a body of water? I'm trying to go for like almost a wallpaper look behind it, and then just have some marigolds and maybe some crystals on the wallpaper behind the apple, just to save my skin with this prompt. Wipe off some of the excess, make sure it's smooth. This is a glitter paint that I got for $1 on clearance at a craft store near me, and I love it. It is pretty much the texture of what glitter glue would be. It's still light enough to where I can put it on these types of pages and it doesn't tear it as much as an acrylic or a watercolor would. Glitter. One second, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Okay. So this is the third page of the journal. So the first page is blank. On the back of it will be our sketches of the ideas that we have of the word prompt that we were given. This will be the sketch of the idea that we kind of finalize a bit. And that's just going to be the background on that page. And now I'm going to go to this page. And this page is where I'm going to write my day. Just kind of how I feel, doodle a little bit. I'm going to cue some music. I'm going to put the pen up and then grab my purple pen and go from there. So the question that I'm going to kind of go with is, what have I done with my quarantine time? If I had any. So I'm going to go with, I cleaned the whole house. I redesigned my art studio. I took naps. I started eating better. Worked on art. And had more me time. Okay? What I felt. What have I been feeling? What have I been feeling during this time? And kind of just go. What have I been feeling? What have you been feeling? I have been feeling frustration. Hold on. Anxiety. We got people texting me and I'm trying to like do two things at the same time. Anxiety. I've been feeling sleepy all the time, which I'm pretty sure that's just I am depressed. And I have a you can add on to all these feelings, but how I've changed my outlook And that's just focusing on what I can fix, not what I can't. I'll go in and I will do some doodling in the margins so that I'm not leaving too many spaces blank. That is a little bit of what I think I'm going to be doing every single week, and maybe throughout the days going through and doing more of these projects. I really do enjoy these. I'm not sure if you did, but if you did and you're still around, thank you. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.